Winter has officially arrived in Plastic Valley, transforming the world into a shimmering kingdom of millions of white plates. Every green tree is now dusted with tiny white studs, looking like a forest of frozen sugar. Grog steps out of the villa, his plastic breath misting in the air. Time to bundle up in that heavy fur coat. Lila is already hard at work, shoveling away the brick snow to clear a path for the tribe. Grog looks toward the peaks. We've got to get these supplies up high before the drifts get too deep. Suddenly, a low growl echoes from a frozen cave. Two pairs of golden eyes flash in the shadows. Meet Frost and Fang, the saber-toothed duo. Their tan fur stands out brilliantly against the blinding white snow. Look at those fangs, made of pure white Technic claws, sharp and ready for action. Grog brings out the silver Technic chains, heavy-duty harnesses for the ultimate power team. Click, clack. The Technic locks snap into place. They are geared up and ready to roar. The massive sled is revealed, a 16 by 32 base plate mounted on twin gray runners. Rexy crashes onto the scene, so excited he accidentally flattens Lila's perfect Lego snowman. He tries to hop onto the sled, but the runners sink deep into the white bricks under his massive weight. Classic Grog. He has to use a giant Technic lever just to pry Rexy's backside out of the snow. Grog waves him off. Too heavy, Rexy. You're going to have to walk this one out. Grog climbs onto the driver's platform, gripping the Technic axle rails tight. Lila hands him a glowing lantern, the only guide through the coming blizzard. Frost and Fang crouch low, their ball-joint limbs flexing as they prepare to launch. Let's go, Grog shouts. The saber-tooths lunge forward, tearing through the thin layer of snow. Swish, swish. The runners hum as they glide across the polished tiles. Plastic snow sprays everywhere like a fountain of white water. Rexy watches them fly and gets jealous. He tries to run, but his clumsy feet send him sliding face first. He won't give up. He grabs two large base plates and snaps them onto his feet like giant skis. He pushes off with his hands, accelerating like a professional downhill racer. Grog's sled is halfway up the hill now, the wind whipping the flour on his helmet. Frost leads, Fang follows, weaving perfectly through the tight, jagged curves. Grog leans into the turns, tilting the sled at a daring 45-degree angle. Behind them, Rexy is picking up way too much speed. Gravity is not his friend today. He lets out a worried roar as a massive mound of snow bricks appears right in his path. Boom! Rexy hits the drift, leaving only a red tail wiggling in the air. The snowdrift begins to move. Rexy isn't just stuck, the snow is sticking to him. Because of the steep slope, the Rexy-filled drift starts to roll. Funny moment, the ball starts small, but with every rotation, it sucks up more and more white bricks. It rolls through a plastic grove, picking up branches, leaves, and even a very surprised plastic squirrel. Grog looks back. What is that? A white meteor? The REXY Ball is now 5 times its original size, hurtling toward Grog's sled like a freight train. Frost and Fang feel the vibration. They growl and shift into top gear. The sled hits a ramp and flies. Grog is suspended in slow motion against the winter sky. Immediately after, the giant Snowball follows, a massive shadow blotting out the sun. It hits the ground with a thunderous thud. The impact shakes every tree in the forest. Inside the ball, all we see are Rexy's dizzy eyes peering through a tiny crack. The ball hits an ice lake, the sound of plastic on plastic screeching like a whistle. Grog steers the sled into a narrow canyon to escape the snow monster. The snowball is too big. It wedges into the canyon for a split second. Wait for it. The pressure builds until... pop! The ball shoots out like a cannonball. It's heading straight for the village where Lila is waiting. Lila blows the alarm whistle. Everyone, clear the way! The REXY Ball slams right into a soft haystack made of yellow plastic straw. Poof! White snow explodes, covering the entire camera lens. As it settles, a massive white sphere sits motionless in the straw. Grog's sled slides in, braking hard and leaving long tracks in the dirt. Frost and Fang are panting, white mist puffing from their noses. Grog jumps off and runs to the ball. Rexy, are you still in there? A small crack echoes. A white brick falls off. Crack, snap, pop. The giant ball splits right down the middle. Rexy emerges, covered in a thin layer of snow and a head full of yellow straw. He stands up and shakes himself violently, sending white bricks flying right into Grog's face. Hilarious! That plastic squirrel is still perched on Rexy's head, chirping like it just rode a roller coaster. Rexy looks around, dazed, and then he lets out a thunderous sneeze. The blast sends all the straw on his head flying right onto Frost. The whole valley erupts in laughter as the sled is finally unloaded. Lila brings out red and orange bricks to build a massive outdoor fireplace. Grog uses a special trans-orange brick to light the hearth. The plastic fire glows against the white snow, creating the ultimate cozy vibe. Frost and Fang curl up by the heat, the firelight dancing on their white fangs. Grog and Lila sip cocoa from tiny mugs made of 2x2 round bricks. Rexy gets his reward, a giant plastic drumstick just for him. He munches happily, his red tail wagging and sending snow fluttering like confetti. The elder brick emerges from the villa, wearing a multicolored scarf made of tiny plates. He nods towards Seed's garden, safely tucked under its trans-clear glass dome. One last laugh. Rexy tries to slide on a tiny hill in the village, but he flips right onto his back. He decides to just lie there and make snow angels by waving his tiny arms and legs. The camera pulls back as the village lanterns begin to twinkle. Fresh snow, tiny white round plates, begins to fall gently from the sky. The whole plastic valley looks like a magnificent, glowing snow globe. Grog climbs onto Rexy's back, and they both watch the winter moon rise over the horizon. Frost and Fang let out a long, peaceful roar to signal the end of the day. Lila closes the villa door, the warm yellow light spilling out onto the porch. Small dinosaurs run around, having a snowball fight with 1x1 bricks. The elder brick whispers, "The cold is just an excuse to hold each other a little closer." The flycam soars high, passing through clouds made of soft cotton. The valley below is a small, colorful jewel in an ocean of white. The words "The End" are built from white bricks against the golden straw. Wait! Fang runs past, snaps up the E in "end", and vanishes into his cave, leaving only THND. A plastic shooting star streaks across the night sky. Stay frosty, builders!